There is a lot of discourse regarding generative AI that goes around. Some people are in favor of it. Personally, I'm not. I don't like it whatsoever. And I've come across two different threads on Twitter that really showcase some of the reasons why I don't really like it. The first one is a thread done by a Gary Marcus. I think I pronounced that right. OpenAI is in a heap of trouble, and it's not just text. Long thread why, based on work with RAL. RAL is a image generative AI program, to my knowledge, and you type in animated sponge, I think we can all recognize whose copyright's being infringed here. And as far as I'm aware, there's a lawsuit going on in NYT. The New York Times is suing ChatGPT, it sounds like, which is capable of copying entire paragraphs of text. You can see it's low quality. You can see the red is what has been copied, black is changed words, and well, it does not look good for ChatGPT. Because the AI just can't actually create, it can only scrub and then put things together. Here's DALL-E doing the same thing. C-3PO from Star Wars standing in front of a Star Destroyer with a blaster. Very specific and exactly what you'd expect, honestly. Following that is, doesn't even need the name of a film to infringe on it. And I will say they did get pretty specific with their prompt. Golden droid from classic sci-fi movie standing in front of a large spaceship with a gun. I think they could have just left, I wonder how it would have looked if they didn't include from classic sci-fi film. If it was just golden droid standing in front of large spaceship with a gun, I'm willing to bet more than likely it's going to look like C-3PO. Doesn't even need a long description to infringe. Video game Video game Italian, and it's just Mario. It's literally just Mario. And apparently DALL-E doesn't even tell users when infringing. I think that tag was accidental at the start of the thread, it looks like. Whatever. Cat's out of the bag. Generative AI systems like DALL-E and ChatGPT have been trained on copyrighted materials. OpenAI, despite its name, has not been transparent about what it has been trained on. Generative AI systems are fully capable of producing materials that infringe on copyright, which obviously, yeah, it's generative AI. They do not inform users when they do so, because how really would that... I guess they could produce a list of all the different sourced materials used in the production, but I still don't like it. They don't need to provide any information about the provenance of any of the images they produce. So yeah, like they don't tell you any of the original sourced material that they used as their inspiration. Users may not know when they produce any given image whether they are infringing. With some of these cases, yeah, you can tell. But with a lot of the generative AI, it's just kind of mushed together. In all likelihood, the New York Times lawsuit is just the first of many. This was talked about December 29th, 2023. And if you want to find out more about regarding this lawsuit and Gary Marcus's coverage, I definitely recommend looking into him. Check him out. But there was another lawsuit that did catch my eye, and it's about MidJourney. John Lamb here makes a thread about MidJourney developers caught discussing laundering and creating a database of artists who have been dehumanized to styles to train MidJourney off of. This has been submitted into evidence for the lawsuit. Prompt engineers, your skills are not yours. Now, I believe I've gone through this document. It's a lot of names being listed. You can definitely check it out if you know some artists. Who knows? I think there's roughly 20,000 entries. I'll have to double check and confirm that, but there's a lot of names in there. On the bright side, I think you're all going to get mind blown by this style feature. There are so many new styles I don't think anyone knows about. Sorry, So how do you use the styles and prompts? However you usually would. It's a way to find prompt additives. Just as words in the prompt? Okay. Did a lot of city. I style for generating these. Unless they were names, in which case I did City by Bob Ross. Also, I should be clear, it's not just genres, it's also artist names. It's mostly artists' names. 4,000 artists' names, 10 and 1,000 styles. Jeez, that's not a good look, MidJourney. That's clearly taking people's styles and just cutting out the middleman of not actually getting the work from them. So if styles are like other prompts, why is there a list? Are they kind of pre-calculated vectors? So these are pre-rendered. Pre-rendered. So you can query them fast. It gives you 9 images in 2 seconds at the moment. It should probably be like 0.3 seconds when we optimize. You can use these styles with the prompts, but normally it's too expensive to fully experiment or explore. Probably doesn't help that most of the large ML, I don't know what ML stands for, data sheets are just images scraped from the internet for funsies. Just need to launder it through a fine-tuned codex. Ooh. Not a good look there. Is it scraped from somewhere? The artist's names came from Wikipedia and Magic the Gathering. Ooh. Wizards of the Coast won't be happy. Well, they have had some AI. That's a different subject. Perhaps I should look into the Wizards of the Coast and AI stuff. The styles came from Wikipedia, an aesthetics site, and an art catalog. I see, so this list can grow then. Here's our styles list. If anyone wants to add things, feel free to add things under proposed auditions. I've got some 16K artists, too many. Not at all, just dump them in the proposed edition thing. Yeah, just jumping right into the copyright infringing of them. What's this? Oh yeah, this is a bunch of names. There's 25 pages of names in this format. It's not a good look. Especially because I did notice there were some names that... Oh shit. Did I forget to bookmark that one specifically? Post engagements. There's one, but not the one I was thinking of. Which, it's still pretty goddamn disrespectful. Come on, where is it? there's just there are so many in that list, but the one that jumped to mind for me first was seeing that there was an artist listed as Monty Ohm. Now this really bothers me because for those that don't know, Monty Ohm was the guy who originally made an animated fighting video, like 3D fighting video called Dead Fantasy, which was dead or alive characters versus the women from Final Fantasy in like a awesomely animated fight. After that, he produced a more popular, more well-known video called Haloid, which caught the attention of a little startup called Rooster Teeth, where he eventually worked together with them to do, like, yes, that Monty Ohm. Basically, and then he worked with Rooster Teeth on Red vs. Blue for a while, and eventually started up the series Ruby, which has been fairly popular. Tragically, he passed away to an allergic reaction in a routine surgery, and after that, the showrunners for Ruby kept it going in his memory. And while I can't find the tweet, I should probably just pull up the document itself and look for it. But Monty Ohm was listed in that. And another one that I'm actually just really realizing, thanks to Rando Parody here and like a lot of other people calling it out, Ed Gold is listed in here, and he passed away in 2012. If you don't know who that is, you might have been around and heard of Ed's World. It was a Flash series when those were still around, and it was one of the earlier incarnations of widespread media before the time YouTube actually took off. So it's actually pretty fucking disgusting that they are scrubbing so much of this, so many of these artists, many of whom have passed away. I've seen Bob Ross also included in there, honestly, kind of unsurprisingly, which is disappointing. I don't like this. But John Lamb did also continue his thread, or quote tweeted his thread to because some funny happened, sort of. Hey, 20,000 artists on the MidJourney scrape list. Guess what? You can now add Man on the Run and Netflix to your LinkedIn and CV, because MidJourney is included in the Man on the Run, whatever it is, on Netflix. So I guess take the credentials where you can get them. Hopefully, I'm hopeful that the lawsuits do well and that these generative AI copyright infringers will actually start paying for their copyright. Like everybody else has to. Why do they not have to? What's so special about excluding them? Thanks for watching. Like it if you like it, dislike if you didn't. Let me know in the comments why you think I'm wrong. Check out the community on Discord. And remember, if you can't be the sharpest tool in the shed, you can always be the hoe. Just want to take a quick second and thank my peeps who have joined the channel. So thank you to Joestar and Maxi Kitty.